Welcome to part 10 of the Kicho Wong Dong series. In this video we're going to be looking at the Dan Mahk Ki, the low block. Now traditionally this is the first block that a white belt is taught, so I hope you enjoy this video, and with that we'll get started. So in order to do a Dan Mahk Ki, you need to be able to do a Untitled Chapter, which is a front stance. A front stance has two parts to it. It has the wind up, where you are twisting your body, and then the step out. When you step out, your feet should be shoulder width apart. So all stances come from the shoulders. So our chumbi stance, feet directly underneath your shoulders. With the Untitled Chapter, you twist, turn your body, but keep your eyes looking forward, and then step out as far as you can with both toes pointing forwards and the front knee bent. The weight distribution should be 50%, 50%. Try and grip your feet into the floor so there isn't an imbalance between the stance. And then your shoulders should be directly over your hips and your shoulders should be squared. And in an earlier video we looked at the Papa Ki and the idea of the hands pulling at the same time. So one hand is going forward, the other hand is chambering. It's the same principle for the low block. As your one arm comes up to your shoulder, your other arm is out, and as the one comes down, the other crosses, and it's this crossing motion that gives us the low block. Try not to do it with one arm or under your shoulder or any other variation. It is over your shoulder and the arms are crossing. So the hand actually turns, so the palm is facing up, but the hand is closed into a fist, and then it turns out so that the palm is facing down with the top of the hand facing up. And it's that twisting motion that again we developed with the punch. Putting the two together can sometimes be difficult, so with everything we take it slowly. A metaphor I like to use is in driving, you always learn in first gear, but that is not driving. You can't drive places in first gear, so take your time, twisting, making sure your arms are crossed, and then coming forward. Eventually, when you have the technique faster and smoother, the block should land with the hand. It shouldn't be a step out and then a block. It should all happen simultaneously. Some common mistakes that I see are typically the angle of the arm. The angle of the arm comes down and it is way too high. Remember, the block should be 2 fists away from the front leg, and the idea is in the basic application of a low block, you're blocking a front snap kick or a low attack. Once you have the angle right, another common mistake I see is the arm turned out in the wrong direction. Remember, these 2 points of the arm are hard bone, these 2 parts are soft, so you won't be blocking with the hard edge of your forearm. Common mistake that is common with especially white belts who haven't really got the front stance down first is the angle of the shoulder. They are not squaring up their hips, so their shoulder's going back, which means their body weight is traveling back. Make sure everything is coming forward and everything, the hips and everything are driving into the floor. It's not having the hip turning back, and oftentimes the stance is too narrow and people are off balance and it's not a strong block. Once you feel that you have the block down, it's very important to test the block, and here are some fun, interesting ways to block it. A lot of people have trouble with the 2-arm motion, so a very effective game that works for juniors and seniors is by getting someone to grab the wrist. Now don't worry, it doesn't matter which wrist they grab or how they grab it. The rule of the game is whichever hand is grabbed, that leg steps back into your front stance. This pulls your attacker off balance. At the same time, you perform your low block and pull this hand back, and that's the first motion. And then your partner would simply grab the low block hand that is in front, the opposite hand, and repeat the process again. And the usual drill we do is 3 or 4 grabs in a row and then swap over. And again, when you've got it, you can speed it up and make it a little bit more realistic with the intensity of the grabs. The second test is focus. I have never seen a block more common where a person looks down while they're doing the low block. They look at their hand. Remember, everything is forward, seeing things in front of you. So this is a great game for that. So when you do your low block striking against a pad, your partner holds the pad, and this time you are going forward. As soon as they look down, your partner's going to do a very soft with the other pad strike to your head to make sure you're looking up. And again, you can speed this game up where your partner's blocking the shot, or it is just an opportunity to hit the pad as hard as you can with your low block, going through the motion, seeing the effect of the block. The The last test is putting the stance and the low block and the twist into effect. Basically, both partners stand in a fighting stance, either having both legs, right leg back or left leg back. The partner steps in slowly to twist in with the block and then forms the low block with their arm on the inside of your partner and your leg on your outside of partner. And if you do this correctly, your partner should fall to the floor with ease. If you do it incorrectly, you'll fall over with your partner. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on the low block. I hope there's been some things there that can help you to improve your block or just to check that you're doing it correctly. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share it about. If you'd like to see any other techniques in the future, please ask me. But for now, thanks.